All right, so I'm taking a look at the intercooler here, and I got some just kind of temporary little brackets that I had laying around. I mean, they're nothing fancy, and I got to bend them kind of a little bit back into function, but this is kind of what I'm thinking. I want to keep his headlight supports, if that's what you want to call these two pieces, because otherwise your headlights get real wobbly. Trust me, I would know. My headlights in my car shake terribly because I don't have these, as well as the hood latch support. So I want to try and retain everything up front. He might have to do a little bit more trimming as far as his bumper, but I'm going to try and get the intercooler mounted so it's, you know, at an angle. Having your front mount at an angle actually serves a bit of function as well. So instead of air just passing straight through it as if it, you know, were straight and, you know, whatnot, as opposed to giving it a bit of angle, now that air is bouncing off the fins and, you know, bouncing up, and I don't know, the air just hits it better, cools it better. Cherry. Now another thing, I don't want to have it low, so you know, as to where it's kind of hanging down for him, you know what I mean? So this really isn't too bad right now. I want to see if I can bring it even further in, and we're getting caught up by the frame rails. And if you guys can't see, it's going to be tricky to you know, always, I can't always adjust the camera, so if you guys can't see temporarily, I'm sorry. But I'm hoping this head cam setup is what you guys are digging. So basically, you know, in one way, shape, or form, we'll say we'll have that like that, you know, going there. This will be on there, and we'll have something like that. I'll get something nicer, you know, I'll make some new brackets or something. Maybe I can, you know, whip these back up into shape again and reuse them. But, you know, that's what I'm thinking. One here, one in the corner on, you know, our side, and then we'll work with the bottom when we get there. But for now, this is probably where we're going to shoot for, and then we're going to try and get the piping, you know, kind of in the general vicinity as well. And yeah, just, you know, keep moving and making progress. So we have the front mount mounted on the top side. Still have to mess with the bottom. Still, you know, haven't touched that yet, so it's kind of, you know, halfway flopping around. The top is pretty much where it's gonna sit. Pretty happy to how it's sitting, so, you know, we'll continue on with that. Well, I gotta get a little bit more metal and some more bracketry stuff to finish up the bottom. But then I started moving on to the good old the intercooler piping, and as I told you guys before, like, it didn't really seem like anything was gonna work, and it still really isn't without modification. So this one, obviously, you guys can see, like right here, this is for his AAC valve. Unfortunately, the way that pipe is, you know, with the bend, and like this is basically how it has to sit. So that's kind of, you know, it's kind of going up, but I'm thinking I can shoot it kind of down. It'll definitely work. You know, it's not the cleanest setup, but with what we have, this is the best we can do. And basically, I'm just going to chop it right where that weld is. You know, just extend it down and then have it come back out through the bottom here. And then I have that little piece there. I also have a 16-inch little straight vibrant piece if, you know, if we need to dive into that, if we need some extra length for this side. And then this side, I know I'm going to need a little bit of extra room. So I don't know if I'm going to rock with the way it's set up right now. As you guys can see, it's just kind of protruding through like a factory hole that was already there. I'm probably going to go ahead and see if I can make that a little bit larger. It does kind of make it tricky because with the hole saw, you need like a pilot hole, and obviously there's a hole there, so I can't, it's just going to be walking all over the place. So I have to figure out something for there. Once I have, I think I have this little piece here. I think this is like part of a fuel fill neck. I don't even know, you know, that's what it looks like, the pipe, you know. So we'll cut this, and then, you know, we'll kind of have a 90 coming out straight, and then see if we can kind of mate, you know, those two together. So we're making moves here. I might even see if I can figure out something a little bit different, a little bit better, that works better. But for now, I'm pretty happy where we are, and we're definitely making some solid progress, guys. So I went ahead and cut this pipe in half. The way it was, the orientation just was not getting us anywhere. So it was the only choice. We're not gonna go ahead and get a whole new kit. We're just gonna work with what we got. And now with this cut, it allows us to really get a nice orientation on these two. So this will just basically shoot straight down as opposed to coming up into the wheel well. Not good. Now we can work with it. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to run a coupler. Kyle's cool with that. You know, I don't have a TIG welder. So for now, coupler will have to do. Cut a little 3.5-inch hole down here where the battery tray used to be. Once we cut it, we'll go from there. So let's go ahead and do it. Let's mock this up first, and then we'll go ahead and cut. This is gonna be, gotta come and show you guys right quick. Oh. All right, so this actually worked out really well. So as you guys can see, we got our cold side coming in there, coming up through the hole we just cut, perfectly sits. Just have to just tightened up there at the intercooler. We'll get a nice little seal around the edge. I'll show you guys what we're gonna do for that. Most of you probably already know. And then we got this piece which is gonna slide in there and just connect up. That's just on the money. Really digging that, came out nice. Alright, that's pretty good. Alright, again, show you guys right quick what we're working with. Found a nice little adapter that actually, well, coupler that he had actually in the back, which is the right size, 2.75 to 3 inch. Have that running, another 3 to 3 right there. Got that shooting down to, you know, our hole. That comes out in the front. Boom. So obviously we need to get clamps, clean up all the piping, you know, file down all the edges, get everything nice and smooth, nice and clean. Go ahead and clamp it up. Done.